Hey, before you go anywhere, I just wanted to appreciate you. I hope you're having an amazing day. My name's Tommy. This is my first episode in fasting video, which basically I'm going to count off my fingers. I think I'm at 2.5 weeks of intermittent fasting right now because I started at the beginning of October, and today is the 20th. That's almost 3 weeks of intermittent fasting, and I just wanted to give you my experiences and tell you how do what you want. Anyway, do whatever you want. I don't know if this is recording correctly because my screen seems to keep freezing, but either way, we're just gonna keep going with it. Um, yeah, basically, it's an interesting thing. I've tried doing it before in like smaller amounts, but I guess this time around. Oh, also, I'll give the purpose of this video is to kind of help inspire some people to just um, try something new, whether that's intermittent fasting or anything else. I actually just watched a video. Gosh, sorry. Uh, I haven't shaved for quite some time, and I consider this my bear costume. And then I realized I had my bear's hat on, so there we go. It's my bear costume. Um, yeah, I was watching a video. One of these guys doing intermittent fasting for however long they've been doing it, and I realized today was kind of like my first uh-oh day. Maybe. Basically, I've been switching from like um, how many hours of intermittent fasting I'm going to be doing, just because that's the way I wanted to do it. Because in the past, I'd be like, I'm only eating for 6 hours each day, and then like I'd come up to a weekend that would be like I wouldn't eat for like 20 some hours because I knew I had like some family dinner that I wanted to be a part of, um, with the whole family food experience because that's a big thing in our family. Uh, People make delicious home cooked meals. They put lots of love in it. Um, and then I'd be like, it felt like I was gorging myself, so I wanted to stray away from that, try my own kind of take on it, but also find out through that experience in the first week, I realized I was still kind of gorging some of them. I'd have like an apple and then like a sandwich and then like, oh no, it's getting to my like 8 hour point or whichever day it was, 6 hour point. And then I'd like eat a big dinner the last like half an hour and I would just like feel like crap for quite some time. Anyway, so I I wanted to stay committed to it um, because I did realize I was like waking up in the morning, eating a bunch of food, just having snacks in the middle of the day, and then um, okay, QuickTime Player quit unexpectedly. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm gonna keep going, but either way, yeah. The moral is I wanted to just kind of keep going with um, figuring out a healthier way to eat and be, and all of my like inner bearings were saying like, hey, maybe you should give intermittent fasting a try again, and just kind of. I was listening to this guy, Russell Brand suggested to watch. He was doing something in intermittent fasting, and this was like a few weeks into it, I think. And the guy was doing. This is one of the resources I guess he used. He was Dr. Ian Smith. Yeah, I remember his name. And he was doing an interview with this big guy who's really fit, and I don't remember what his name is, but he looks like a wrestler slash that actor that I know this is a weird way of me saying it, that played the Groot. I think he played Groot. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I was watching this thing and the guy was talking about like start with 12 hours. So I was like, you know what? I, as long as I'm like paying attention to what I'm eating and not like, you know, eating in a 16-hour period, I'll eat in like a 12-hour period or 10 or 8 or 6. And I think I did a 10 day, but mostly I'm sticking to 6 and 8 depending on the type of week I have. So today was kind of like my first day. I never really committed to how many hours I'm gonna do. I think I originally said like, oh, today as long as I watch it, because it was like this weird schedule I had with work. I was like, I'll just have smaller stuff and really watch out. So I was gonna commit to like a 10, 12-hour day, but then midday I'm like, no, I really should do like the 8-hour thing. And I was like 8 hours and 15 minutes, but like still it's within my rules. So, you know, I'm not gonna say screw you. I'm not gonna say screw me, and that's what I used to do before. I used to just say like, oh, I screwed up, and then I'll just like start from some other thing or whatever. But instead of just like, oh, my intermittent fasting is over, like tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm just gonna hit it harder. And even like when I realized, I think I probably like made it within 20 minutes or something of the 8 hour. Um, Hope this is helping some people, just kind of the experience. Because literally, it was like watching videos like this where I was like, oh, yeah, this is a good idea. Let me try this out. But do whatever you want, as long as you're not being a douchebag, is kind of my rule. Sorry if cussing's one of your rules, no cussing. But either way, just I realize I'm gonna hit it harder the next day. Like I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna be working. I can just survive on like tea. I allow tea. I don't know if that's not allowed. I don't put honey in it. Just tea with lemon or regular tea. So that's one of my rules. Um, and you know, like no sugar in there or anything like that. And basically, I can do that like till 3 because my job is like really dope. I help a lot of people, and I can just like focus on doing that. And yeah, so that's my kind of whole thing on intermittent fasting. So next day I'm just gonna hit it harder, as opposed to in the past like screwing up, right? And then getting lost along the way. So what else do I want to say? Yeah, watch out. Especially this is one of the things that I learned from that guy, Dr. Ian Smith. Um, for sure, like if you're thinking about starting but you don't know where, I would figure a good step would be like he suggests 12-hour fasting, intermittent fasting, which is basically, you know, try to give yourself 2 to 3 hours before sleep where you're not eating, and maybe like wait a few hours when you wake up, which I think is a really good starting point because you really should start your day with just like some water, things like that. I usually start it with water, and I like to start it with some movement. And brings me to one of the reasons this time intermittent fasting was a lot easier because I developed these habits along this path. I decided, like, I'm going to be a little bit fitter, uh, mostly healthier. I want to be healthier and fitter along the way, definitely. And I want to just be, like, comfortable more often because I did notice, like, I would not allow myself to I would not give myself any borders for like food, and it'd be like delicious dinner, eat a whole bunch, like a family dinner, and then I'd be stuffed for like 2 hours. I have another story I'll probably bring up on the next episode of this intermittent fasting. Maybe I'm gonna be 4 weeks in, maybe I'll be 10 weeks in, who knows? But just to kind of share. So what I first started doing was like pretty much the same day. I think it was 2 days. Forget which one I started first. But I started riding my bike for an hour a day. Not always going hardcore, but some days I'd be like, oh yeah, let me try to beat yesterday's time or something, or my best time. But other days, just like, I just want to get movement, and I don't want to run, because I was trying running for like 20 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, whatever minutes a day. But it's not good in my joints. I don't want to spend like $1,000,000 on the best pair of shoes. Someone's like, oh, you only need to spend $300. Listen, I tried running. It was messing up my joints. That's not what I want to do. When I smoke a joint, I want it to be nice, crisp, perfect. If It's in my pocket. I'm running, scrunching up. Not good. Not good for my joints. So I started cycling 1 hour a day. And I also, I don't know which one was first, started doing walking 1 hour a day. And basically, the walking was more of like a walking meditation, breath work thing. I do this thing called Ho'oponopono, which coincidentally I don't have the shirt on. I usually do my videos in my Ho'oponopono shirt, which is like I repeat the phrase "I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you." I don't think it's bad for you. Pretty sure it's good. It's helped me along the way. But that, and then sometimes I'll just listen to positive stuff, or if I know I don't have time in the day to pay attention to some mentors I like to listen to daily, I'll do it during those times. And yeah, so I was like a solid couple weeks into it, I think. And then I just decided I might be on week 2 of intermittent fasting right now, or week 4. I'm going to title this accurately in the details. But let me tell you, yeah, it's been at least 2 weeks. It might be 4 weeks. Either way, let's still call it 3 weeks because I think that's where we're at. I hope this helps you make some decisions where you create a good habit in your life that is helping you achieve some sort of purpose you decide on. Maybe becoming healthier or, just more mentally fit, whatever that is to you. Gosh, I want to say some more stuff that I had about this intermittent fasting thing. Try not to eat late. Give yourself a few hours for sure, no matter which hour you do. Because I remember I was watching, there's like a 6, 8, 10, like there's different intermittent fasts. And then also try not to just like gouge on snacks late. And if you're trying to lose weight doing it or like become fitter, healthier, definitely either like walking or like cycling a day is good. For me, it was because I wanted to get moving in the morning. So mornings I'll do walking, and biking I'll usually do throughout the day, sometimes in the morning or just late at night with like reflectors and all that stuff, lights. So yeah, hope this helps you make some decisions that are good for you, and sometimes are really good for you. You find out. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Feel free to share even this idea, not just the video, like what you learned today. Talk with someone, connect with people. But yeah, commenting and liking is great as well. I really appreciate you. Cheers.